Back to school finances can really put a stress on a student's family, but that's just one of the many things that can impact a parent or student's overall mental health. So what are the best ways that we can manage all of the stressors that come with the new school year and the routine? Joining us to talk about the tips, way to manage our stress and just have a nice balance is our go-to counselor, Dr. Deirdre Adducci. Doctor, great to have you back as usual.
Oh, it's great to be back.
Yeah, I can't believe the summer's over, so here we go.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. So, for parents with K through 12 students, how do you manage that balance and get into a good routine? You've got the morning wake up, the bus routes, and the packing of the lunches. What's your advice?
Well, we're going to use preparation and routine. So if we prepare, then we'll do better with the routine. I think that kids and even college-age children, they really thrive on that routine. So getting them into that as soon as possible is really paramount.
And the rising cost of expenses, how do people balance that while they're doing all these things? You're thinking, okay, the list just keeps growing. You'll get the next Spirit Week or the next project too. So how do you give people a good mindset moving forward?
Well, routine, preparation, and pace yourself. We don't have to have everything now. We can get one pair of school shoes now and then you can get something later. It's really trying to pace yourself emotionally, financially, and preparing ourselves just for the next day rather than just the next season.
Yeah, that's a good advice. And wondering, because a lot of students are starting this new school year, it's a new grade, new teacher, maybe some new friends in the class, or maybe they're missing their best friend, or it's a next year for someone.
It's real.
Yeah, and there's harder classes. How do you balance some of those things in your home, and if you notice your child might not be acting like normal?
Really watch them, watch the baseline. I always say we want to watch their baseline behavior before school, and then if anything is changing. What is their sleeping like? What is their eating like? Are they talking more? Are they talking less? Are they eating more? Are they eating less? And asking open-ended questions, not just, how was your day at school? Because they're going to say, fine. It's having an open-ended question. Tell me about your day. Tell me about your teacher. Tell me about your classes. That's an open-ended question.
And what about the college-age students? They're at a new place, they're meeting new people, but also that's a difficult education level. You've got stressors with studies. So how do you help them transition into that next era of their life, that new chapter, with such high expectations they're facing?
I think managing our expectations for us as people is so important, not comparing, because when we compare ourselves to other people, we have the compare and despair. We're going to despair if we compare ourselves to others. So trying to just look at ourselves and our accomplishments and what we're doing is important.
Okay. And just one more thing before we go back to school, or let's say we're doing it this week, how do you keep that sleep routine going and the exhaustion from setting in? I think a lot of folks are like, okay, we're back to the early morning wake-up calls. What would be your advice to get everyone's energy levels kind of evened out?
Make evenings, instead of it being dreadful, I have to go to sleep, make it enjoyable. Your kids get a bath and then they have a routine, they get a snack, you read a story, and even college-age kids have a routine, have preparation, and make it enjoyable so that you want to go to sleep and turn off the electronics.
All right, great advice as always, Deirdre. Yeah, that's hard to do, but
that's hard
you have to do
for
it.
all of us.
Yeah, this is a very big week. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us right here.